As you know, thanks to the sort of remnant bands of Hurricane Joaquin, South Carolina has been in a dismal dash of water that has taken the state by storm. And listen, it's real. Almost 19 deaths, I believe it was reported this weekend because of these floods. And let me give you some of the numbers on this. So there's 40,000 people in the state that don't have water. There's 26,000 households that do not have power. There are 2,700 people who have called for emergency help. There's 1,300 National Guard on the ground, 32 people who are seeking refuge in 25 shelters, 910 traffic collisions, 550 road closures, 150 water rescues, 127 bridge closings, 25 aerial rescues, 25 shelters open, 0 hospital evacuation, in large part because emergency workers were able to be delivered by water. And America, come closer. This is an example of infrastructure gone bad. Yes, it rained and the rain was bad. Yes, it flooded and the flood was bad. But let's talk about, you have to go back in history a little bit to figure out how we got here. Because South Carolina was one of those states that when the federal government was saying, hey, here's stimulus money, help rebuild roads, help rebuild rails, help rebuild your power, your dams and your floodgates, South Carolina sent the check back because conservatism got in the way of progress. Yes, indeed, America, it is true. South Carolina is a state that will benefit greatly if they decided to invest in its people, invest in its natural resources. And as a result of not investing in its natural resources, literally the state crumbled under about 16 inches of rain. America. What South Carolina shows, it's a very sad situation, and our hearts go out to every single South Carolinian who's living this. Right? And the government's going to help. They're going to send the money. Even though, and I want to point this out for the record, all the South Carolina representatives, most of them, the two senators, about 5 of their members of Congress, voted against sending the money for Superstorm Sandy. But now the Gucci's on the other foot, and now they need the money. So now they're voting to send the money to South Carolina. Well, they wouldn't have that problem if they had approved a transportation bill and really worked on shoring up the infrastructure of the state. America, what's happening in South Carolina can happen in a lot of states. And it's happening because our government, whether it be state, local, or federal, have chosen not to make the right investments. Investing in America's infrastructure. Infrastructure investments would have solved these problems. Yes, you don't like spending money, but this is about investing. Investing is different. You know why? Because you get return on your investment. Now, you're going to end up spending billions of dollars trying to fix South Carolina when you could have spent millions on the front end making sure it was never broken. Duh. Hello? Is anybody listening?